Anguish has been nerfed. Anguish is down, but he's not out. He's actually a really good hero. We knew he was well overperforming, so this is needed. We need to bring things that are way crazy and that we know are broken in line. So what we're going to do is talk about the numbers. What damage did he do before? What damage is he doing now? We've got it all on the spreadsheet, and we're going to look at other rare heroes that can do really good single target damage as well. And I'm going to update that sheet to include all the different relic affinities tonight. I'll get that done so we'll be able to see every single one of the rare healer heroes and then all the weapons that they have, who's doing the most damage, and we'll go over all of that in another video. But I do have all the ones that they come to us as they're summoned, whatever their element is. I've got that all down, so we'll look at those numbers. But before we get into Anguish and his numbers and all the other rares out there, I do want to talk about what they said to us here about the update. Many of you have shared your feedback over the weekend with regards to the order of proposed changes. We do need to make the changes to both Anguish and Gillian, and we have heard and acknowledged your point. They're talking about why not make the game balanced better before you go and nerf those heroes. And then it says 2 changes the community's view as negative sours the overall view of the update. Look, mate, the update isn't that big of a thing. People have been on Discord and have outlined everything that's wrong with the game. It's all there. All you have to do is fix it. And this is for months now within this beta, and then a whole bunch of it is from prior beta. So we're not sour necessarily that we know Anguish is out of line. He needed to be brought in line. Gillian was doing something that nobody else could do in the game. We knew this was coming. Let's not act like this is some exciting update. These are things that should have been done already that you're just getting around to doing, and we need to see more of this. This is fixing the game. This is what it is right now. We're not into any excitement mode to, hey, there's some new things going on. We're making some positive changes to the game, some positive things to heroes. There's some new events happening. We're not even close to that yet until we can get everything fixed in the game, and there's way more than what we're doing in just this month. So yeah, it kind of soured the mood of the game, sure, but how many beta people are actually playing the game right now? Can't be that many. I'm sure they're not that worried about it. They go on to say, given the specific circumstances of the current hero roster, we recognize these changes may have an outside impact on players' sense of in-game balance and their ability to complete content. As a result of that, Kabam, Dork, and I are looking into all available options to provide positive additions for you all to balance things out a bit better, and we'll have news for you on that front soon. Then they finish it with, of course, they're always going to have to do balancing in the game. Every good game out there does balancing all the time. They're always balancing all their heroes and content to make it better for everyone, so of course we understand that. Let's get into Anguish and what he's hitting for currently and what he was hitting for before, and what other heroes do we have right here that can kind of replace him and do the damage we need. Now, I will say I'm still playing my Anguish, going through the same content I was going through before, and it looks like he's doing the same job, and it's because of those damage over times, those dots that he puts up, and the debuff he puts up to do 50% additional dot damage. That's what's really huge, because there's a lot of bosses out there that take 90% less dot damage. Pretty much all the bosses except for Gorgos. So if they're taking 90% less, he's applying 50% more. At least they're taking somewhere around half of that. It's 3% of their total max HP that they take whenever they take a turn having those dots on. So if they're taking 1.5%, that's fine. That's a lot of additional damage. So I still think my Anguish is doing well, although I'm going to take his gear off and probably put him in some Vigor gear. Vigor gear, maybe counterattack gear for his S1, probably Vigor gear. I never had a problem with his Vigor before, but now I just want to give him a whole bunch of Vigor gear to make sure he'll always have enough on his turn so that he can do that move, and then maybe I can have other people start doing some other moves. I'll have to see, but I'm going to take away all of his attack gear that he currently has on and put it on somebody stronger. Some of my legendaries that I know can do more than he's doing right now, because before 8,000, currently 3,125. That's a big difference in damage. You can see this is the old Anguish, right? 5 hits of 1,622. Now he's doing 5 hits of 625. And I can show you that this is all from here. This is all where we've done the damage testing before here. And if you've taken your Anguish out right now, you've seen the difference. You know it's somewhere around that 60% mark. It is a big hit, but he does do those damage over times, which makes him crazy powerful. And he does that debuff that does that additional damage over time damage, which really helps us on all those bosses that take 90% less damage. That's why he is still so very effective. So don't feel bad about it. Keep playing your Anguish. We're going to look at other options to see who can do some damage. This spreadsheet is down below. Just look down below this YouTube video, come over here and look at the spreadsheet. We've got all the areas for you to get gold and experience. We've got all the gear and the stats, substats. We've got all the legendary heroes and the damage they do along with healers. And then we've got rare heroes right here. And if you see, I've updated Anguish already on this one. So we've got him at a total of 3,125. Now, if you look down here, Gareth, she's the short-haired lady, kind of the boxer. She does 4,362. And I think she does kind of like a stun or something like that. Some sleep, some kind of effect. You'll see that chain from her to the enemy. That's pretty damn good damage. 4,362. And she's not doing any kind of special effect except for a control ability, which that's good in, waves, things of that nature, but it's not good on a boss. Then we've got Alkalon, which is great. We're already got him leveled up. We already use him on the bear fight. He's doing 3,478. That's not bad compared to now what Anguish is doing, but don't be fooled. Again, Anguish still does a lot of additional damage with those dots. That's why you want Anguish booked out. You want that skill 3 maxed out. So it's 2 turns of those dots. I still love him. I still think he's a great hero. He's just been brought in line, which is what was needed. Probably needed a long time ago, right? Because we've done videos on him. We've done videos on how strong he is. We've had this chart here since this beta started showing all the damage numbers. And we knew, when you saw 8,000 and I showed everybody how powerful Anguish is compared to everyone else, you already know, right? You know he is just too strong. But the game feels good with him in it. It doesn't feel overpowered with him in it, being that strong. It doesn't feel broken. It feels like it should feel. But again, they're doing this update at the end of the month where they're talking about game balance. But we don't know what that's about. I would like to know kind of what their thoughts are. What is game balance to them? Does that mean removing all those needless stuns that we have in every single game mode? Because we didn't have those in the last beta. We just had the mechanics of the boss, and that's all we had to worry about. Because we've only got 4 heroes, but it seems like all they did was throw in a whole bunch of stuns everywhere. Things to incapacitate your hero, and then they were like, oh, now the game's challenging, which games don't like to do because nobody likes to lose control of their hero, especially on the board, right? If you don't have Guinevere on the board, it's just stun, stun, stun. Maybe that's what they're going to do. I don't know, but I'm going to do a video tomorrow talking about what I just talked about and how bad it is for the game to lose control of your hero all the time. We'll do that in another video. Let's keep going down and looking at other heroes that do good damage. We have this girl right here who is the Fae type evil Fae. I don't know if she's an evil one or not. Kind of looks like it, but she does damage based off of, I believe, her max HP. But look, she's doing 2 hits of 2,044, total 4,000. Currently, Anguish is still pretty much top of the class if we had to rate these all, which I will start to rate these. And again, I'm going to do all of these heroes along with their other relics so we can see. Maybe there's somebody out there that's doing some crazy damage. But right now, Anguish is looking good. Gareth is looking good for straight damage. If you were looking for a third ability to do damage, Alkalon's looking great. And then we've got this lady down here, Kierden, doing some massive damage. And this is really good for her because if she's based off of max HP, that means she's going to survive. She's going to be able to take hits. This is where we're at, everyone. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm going to get to work on seeing what other heroes hit really hard in the game, and I'll get back to you. And if you want to join us on Discord, come over to Discord. And if you want to look at this sheet, just look down below and you'll be able to get in here and check it out anytime. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate your time and all your love and support. I will see you all in a video soon.